At the Kallir Research Institute, we see an average of one Egon Schiele fake every week. Most of these are copies of well-known works. After all, it's easier to copy a real Schiele than try to create a convincing composition from scratch. People trying to sell a fake often like to say that it's a study for the real work. Thing is, Schiele didn't do studies for his works on paper. Sometimes a forger will change the date on a copy to try to throw people off the trail. For example, here, a Schiele that originated in 1910 is copied and given a 1914 date. However, Schiele's style changed from year to year. There are significant differences, for example, between a work done in 1910 and one done, say, in 1912. Forgers like to use old paper to give their copies a feeling of age. But Schiele was very particular about his paper, and forgers seldom get this detail right. Here, for example, the forger painted on the back of an old reproduction. Curiously, the text on the reproduction is in French, while Schiele was Austrian. Of course, the main differences between fakes and real Schieles are stylistic. It's almost impossible to mimic the speed of Schiele's line and the fluidity of his paint application. Note how in this fake, the yellow jacket is rendered as a relatively undifferentiated slab, while in the real Schiele, the surface is articulated by the flow of the paint. The application of the paint on the flesh in the two works is also very different. Schiele begins with a brownish underlayer, with which he molds the principal contours. Then he comes back and highlights salient details in bright red and green. The forger, on the other hand, just splatters paint indiscriminately. People have been trying to copy Schiele's work for over 100 years, but the real Schiele is inimitable.